Hey, we are here today to talk about how you can set up a daily routine that makes you feel good and proud so that at the end of the day, when you put your head on your pillow, you just feel like, I did it. I did it. And you feel proud of yourself and you're grateful for your day. Even if the day was totally haywire, you got those crucial pieces in that at the end of the day, you're like, I'm proud of myself. I got those in because feeling good about yourself and proud of yourself at the end of the day is one of the most satisfying things that you can actually accomplish. Okay. And if you're wondering why I'm showing up here looking like this, it's because my alarm clock went off at 5:30 a.m. I had an online personal training session at 6 a.m., followed by a quick morning stretch, followed by my quick 8-minute affirmations that I do, then a 7 a.m., my 15-minute online workout that I do with my crew, my ladies in my group. Then I take 15 minutes to make my boyfriend's lunch. Then I did a quick half an hour of work. I luckily had time to put some deodorant on in there. Then 8 a.m., I head to another town where I teach a yoga class, which ends up getting me back into town around like 10:30. I had to do some errands for my mom because she's in the hospital. Then I get home, I have to eat something. So I just ate something and I'm like, I have to get this video done to help everyone make a daily routine that works for them, right? And so today, with my day and my schedule, I just don't have time to shower. I'm probably going to shower tonight before I go to bed. And that's cool. And that's why I look like this now. And that's why anything else I'm going to do today, if I do leave the house, which I'm not because I have too much work to do, literally I'm going to look like this. So that's just the way I'm showing up today. But I know at the end of the day, when I go to bed, I'm going to be like, I crushed it. And that's what I'm here today to help you do, to help guide you in setting up a daily routine that makes you feel like you crushed it at the end of the day, even if you have to look like this. Okay. And maybe as we dive into this, I'm just going to share my screen. You will find that having a shower, unlike myself, is a non-negotiable. Okay. And I'm just going to share my screen here. And let me come over here and let me open up this. So to really tune into like what is going to work for you, first, you truly have to understand what your priorities are, right? And right now, if you're not feeling good and you're probably not quite feeling good, or else you wouldn't be here listening to this video, which like there's no judgments. I'm so proud of you because I'm all about personal growth and self-help and all of that, because that's just what makes me feel good. And I always want to be feeling better and living my best life. So if you feel that too, I'm so proud of you for being here to learn about this. So you need to know your priorities. And the thing is that right now, your priorities aren't aligning with what you need, or because you haven't learned how to set healthy boundaries, you've allowed a lot of stuff to come into your schedule that is not fulfilling and is energy draining. Okay. So right now, based on what you need, let's just say if you're like, I really feel like I need to start like getting into a workout routine or whatever it is, or starting to balance, your bank account, saving some money, wherever you're not feeling good. These are little things that you need to start implementing into your routine, because what you do on a day-to-day basis is going to give you the result that you want. So whatever you've been doing in the past has led you to this position, but we are going to forgive the past, forgive ourselves, because at the end of the day, we're all just doing the best we can with what we have, right? That's right. Okay. So you have to define your new priorities. So obviously you have to work. If you have kids, you have to take care of your kids. And then if you, let's say you're wanting to work out, obviously I'm in the health industry. So let's talk about that. Okay. But let's just say you're feeling like lost in your career. Maybe you need to start making time to take some courses. Okay. So that's another example. It doesn't have to be health. All right. So you have to write based on where you are right now, what you would rather be feeling, what will you have to make your priorities, right? So there's going to have to be some sacrifices in your schedule, like maybe showering or maybe watching Netflix in the evening, or, maybe not going out every night to see friends, which sucks, but you might have to do that. So put your priorities down. Let's just say, for the sake of it, you want to start building a health routine because you haven't been working out for a really long time. You obviously still want to be doing well at work. And let's say you have to take care of your kids, okay? Or there's something else. So let's just say those become your 3 top priorities, right? You really should not have more than 3. Like, really try to hone it in. Whatever the most pressing thing is that you personally need right now to feel better. So let's just say it's health, okay? Then obviously you have to work, and then obviously you have other obligations, okay? So pick them, right? Then you have to say, okay, what are my non-negotiables, all right? So what are the things that in order for me to feel good and proud of myself, when my pillow hits the head, what do I have to get in today? And each day is probably going to be different. Like for me, I taught a yoga class. Some days I don't teach a yoga class, so those days look completely different, right? I had to teach that yoga class. Well, I mean, I want to teach yoga, but I had to teach it because it was in my schedule. So that means my entire schedule looks totally different, right? So determine your non-negotiables. Could be different each day, but overarching, right? Your priorities are, I need to get workouts in, I need to work, and I need to do XYZ for my kids in this week, right? Now you're going to look at your calendar, and whatever you have in there, you might not be able to just rearrange everything right away, right? But now okay, looking ahead, when this commitment ends, or this clears up, then I'm going to start adding these things in. Okay. For some of you, you're going to be able to implement them right away. The one thing you want to remember is you don't want to try and revamp your entire daily routine or your lifestyle in the first week, because it's probably going to be too many new things and it's not going to stick. Okay. So look at your calendar. You're going to set clear time blocks, right? So for me, let's just talk about the 15-minute workout. Most days I do that from 7 a.m. to 7:15. Obviously, I do that in a membership group with other women who purchase a membership, which is amazing, but I would do that anyway. And I've been doing that now for over the last year and a bit, when I had to take a 2-year hiatus, which I didn't have to. I lost sight of what I was teaching you right now because I got so obsessed with building a second career that I lost sight of my actual priorities. And it led me to feeling like complete crap. Okay. So I don't want that to happen to you. Maybe you're here because you're already there, and sending you big hugs. But this is when you go into crazy hectic times, like after having that experience, I will never let that happen again, where for 2 years, I let my health routine go out the window. No way. I cannot believe how bad I felt physically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay. So this is about implementing things into your daily routine that just make you feel good. Okay. So you're going to set your time block. So for me, my 7 to 7:15 morning workout, literally that's like all I do for weight training. It's toning or yoga. Non-negotiable. It's in my schedule. Everything works around that. No one can take that away from me. Okay. Then there's a certain amount of hours I need to work in a day right now, anywhere from like 7 to 10 hours. So I need to time block that. I don't do it all at once. I do some early in the morning. I do work from home, so that gives me some freedom. A lot of you are working, in your career and don't have that flexibility, but that's totally okay too, right? You have that time block in, so you have to arrange things and do your other priorities in the morning or in the evening. So let's set your time blocks out. So now you know what your priorities are. You know what you're making your non-negotiables for each day, right? You've now done your calendar. Obviously, you haven't done it this fast. You're just listening to this now, but these are the steps that you're going to take. And now the key thing that I want you to know is you have to find a way to balance it out with fun, okay? Because if you're doing a 15-minute workout and it's not fun, or you're trying to take care of your health and it's not fun, and sometimes it's not in the beginning when you're trying to change habits, but in a few days or a couple of weeks, you will start to feel better for it. But you know what you will feel when you start working on your habits that you want to be implementing is at the end of the day, when you go to bed and put your head on the pillow, you're going to feel proud of yourself and like you've crushed it. And that's what I want you to get addicted to, because that feels so good. And that's really what motivates me now to get all the things done, is at the end of the day, when I look at my list of non-negotiables, my schedule, and I have them all crossed off, I'm like, I'm a rock star. I did it, right? And so really and truly, I'm just reminding you, you need to make sure that you're getting fun, okay? Rest in your schedule. There should be some non-negotiable time for that. You need to see friends. You need to see family. You need to just sit on the couch and stare at the wall sometimes. Like, try to put that in as well, because if you don't, if it's all just working on your goals and if it's all just going to work, you know, you're going to get burnt out really quick. So you really have to pay attention to your energy, and you really have to make sure that you're putting in these fun times, whatever that is for you. Okay. And then I just want to reinforce, really, you need to just start with one thing. Okay. Like, pick one thing that you want to start implementing into your schedule, whatever it is, and only make a really small time commitment, like 5 to 15 minutes, right? So if you're wanting to learn a new course, don't all of a sudden be like, for 2 to 4 hours a day, I have to study this course. You know, I mean, unless you're in university or something, that's totally different. Or unless it's for something else that's very important. But if you're just wanting to take a course to, you know, improve your career and your skills, start, and you have been struggling to commit to like taking a course, then book in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you're going to turn your phone off and you're going to start this course. Okay. And for 15 minutes, set a timer. You're going to put all your attention there. And then after that, you're done. When you get to the end of the day and you put your head on the pillow, you can be like, I did it. And that's exactly where you need to start. Okay. Because then you will slowly realize if you can do more or less, but as long as you do a little bit and working towards that, it's those small stepping stones and being consistent. Okay. Day in, day out. Obviously, you're going to take breaks. Like, sometimes I don't do my 15-minute workouts Friday to Sunday. That's totally fine, because I'm doing other things that are soul giving. So, but they're all things that are helping me grow personally, make me feel good about myself, making me feel like every day when I walk out that door, no matter what room I walk into, I'm like, I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I might not be exactly where I want to be, but I feel good about what I'm working on. And I know I'm heading there. So I can have that confidence in the now, even though I don't know, even though I don't have what I want. And maybe even that I don't know when I'm even going to get there. Right. But because I know I'm working on the things that I know I need to work on for self-improvement and to feel better about myself, that gives me the confidence for the now. Because for the last week, I've been putting my head on my pillow at the end of the day and being like, you rocked it, Tina, you crushed it. But I've been doing that for longer. This is a practice I adopted a long time ago. But you know, 1 week happens, 2 weeks happens, 3 weeks happens. And that's the other thing where I want to tell you, like, That's why it's really important to really put those mandatory things on your list and not overcrowd your list, because you want to get those things done. So you can say, you know what? There's only 24 hours in a day. There's only so many hours that I sleep. There's so many hours that I work. Now I have to get this other stuff in, right? So you can't overcrowd it. You can only do what you can do in each day based on what even happens in that day. Because maybe you have a zinger come in, right? And it throws everything haywire and you can't get your list done. But then at the end of the day, you can say, you know what? I still handled my day the best that I could, even though that thing happened and didn't allow me to get what's done. But that's life. That's what happens. And I'm proud of myself, the way I handled it. I'm proud of myself for getting done what I could done despite that thing that happened. And now I'm going to be proud of myself and rest my head tonight on my pillow and have a great sleep, knowing tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to tackle that day too and get my stuff done. So that is really the foundation of building a daily routine that lets you know that you're sending the message to yourself. I'm a priority. My needs are a priority. And I'm going to do the best I can each day to work on those things outside of my other obligation, life obligations, such as work and kids and everything. If I can get those little things in, even though it's not going to cure the problem on that one day, or maybe not even in a week, but you know now that you are committed to progressing in that area and you are committed to it, and you're going to keep chipping away at it each day and allowing each day to present its obstacles and handle them with grace and stick to your non-negotiable list, your priorities as best as you can. And this is how you start to learn to gently set boundaries, how to gently say no. And it all just starts flowing and becoming easy. And you're like, okay, I just do these few things a day and I feel good about myself and proud of myself. And now I'm feeling so confident, like I'm walking around like I'm the queen of my life. Like I'm in control. And yeah, things happen in life that you can't control. But if I can focus on committing to these few things in whatever area of life that is, and you do it consistently on the schedule that you need, that works for you, it's amazing what will happen. It is incredible. So in the process, you do need to be checking in with, is this actually working for me? So this is just one more part of the puzzle. You pick all those things out. This is what you think your plan is, where you're headed. And then you need to check in, right? Because you want to see if it's working. Like if you set the goal of doing like an hour of a course or an hour workout 4 days a week and it's just not working, you need to adjust that. Maybe you need to do less time, or maybe you need to do a home workout, or, you know, maybe you need to do less time with a course, or maybe you can't do it at home because there's too many kids. So you have to go to the library, you have to find an office space, right? So you have to be continually checking in, evaluating, and adjusting regularly so that you can figure it out for yourself, right? And understanding that each day is probably going to be different. You might not be able to get a workout in every day at 7 o'clock, or you might not be able to do your course every day at, 7 p.m. But know, okay, well, when can I do it that day then? Where can I squeeze it in, right? And understanding that you need to give yourself flexibility. Every day can't be the exact same. Sometimes it can, but most times it can't. And when we put that expectation on ourselves, it really can lead to, I don't want to say failure, because you're never failing, but it's a learning lesson, right? That you need to give yourself more flexibility, more grace. But as long as you know you're still committed and figuring out how you're going to make this work for you, that's a success. You're a success if you're doing that. Okay. And then remembering to celebrate, at the end of each day. Like for me, I put my head on the pillow. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for all the things in my life. I take a moment. I say all my gratefulness, my gratitude, and, I give myself props when my pillow hits and honestly, I fall asleep. I just wake up in the next morning. I'm like, oh, it's a new day. Let's get out there. Right. So have your rituals where you celebrate yourself. I know it sounds corny, but you need to do it. And, maybe it's celebrating it. I do every day at the end of the night. It's not really a reward, but I give myself verbal words of kindness and appreciation and reflect on my life. And that is a reward to me because that makes me feel good. And then, maybe you give yourself bigger rewards for a week or 2 weeks. And when you, achieve these outcomes or these patterns in your schedule, you need to reward yourself. Okay. So just remember that. I really hope this helped. As you see, you could read it off my screen here too. So if you want to come back, you can just pause this. This will help you walk through. In the beginning of the video, I did talk about my personal schedule. I did actually write it out on here. I might post it in the bottom in a link, but check in the description to see if I did. I'll definitely leave any links down there that I spoke about. And anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, like it, comment, let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, I hope this really helped you to wrap your head around creating a daily routine, which ultimately is creating your life and your lifestyle. And remembering it's those small, simple things that you put in your day-to-day calendar that will create your present moment, right? So everything you've done up till now has led you to here, whatever, like it or not, you just have to tweak certain things so that you can get to the place that you really want to be, and just quit thinking that it has to be huge strides, like 5 to 15 minutes, 5 days a week, 4 days a week is going to really, really, really be huge strides in feeling good, feeling proud of yourself, and feeling super confident. So have an amazing day and see you soon. Bye.